Good evening and welcome to episode 21 of QC Quarantine Concerts. My name is Zach Charlton. I'm your host for tonight's episode, here with two very, very special friends of mine from the Charlotte theater community who are now off pursuing their musical theater dreams in college and beyond. That little snippet was from Cabaret, which was a show that we all three did together, seemingly a very long time ago with these two lovely ladies. So without further ado, let me introduce tonight's guests, Carlyn Head and Ava Smith. Welcome, ladies. How are y'all?
Hi.
Did you enjoy that little surprise introduction and a throwback to Teen City Stage Cabaret?
Totally. Oh my God.
There's a million different songs I could have picked from that, but I'm like, that's a perfect little show from a long time ago, seemingly. And having known both of you both before that show, after that show, worked on a lot of projects with you guys. What a great little introduction and a welcome to this next little 30-minute episode. So I'm going to stop talking for a minute and give each of you a chance to introduce yourselves, a little bit about kind of where you came from, where we would know you from Charlotte Theater, and what you're working on now. Carlyn, why don't you start for us?
Okay, I'm Carlyn Head. I graduated from Northwest School of the Arts last year. I attended there from 8th to 12th grade. I currently attend Shenandoah Conservatory in Virginia, getting a BFA in musical theater. I've done theater in Charlotte since I was in 4th grade. I've done shows at Theater Charlotte and Children's Theater Charlotte and CPCC and Matthews Playhouse. I think that's all of them. I've been around. And Teen City Stage, Teen Broadway, of course, which is, I think, where we met, unless we met at Theater Charlotte with Gypsy.
I think Gypsy might have been first when you were Baby June, many years ago. Awesome. Thanks, Carlyn. Ava.
I'm Ava Smith. I am a junior musical theater major at Coastal Carolina University. Well, almost a senior now. I've done theater in Charlotte for a while now. I started off doing theater in Gastonia. I'm from Gastonia, but I did a lot of theater in Charlotte. I did a lot of stuff at Theater Charlotte. I did stuff at Queen City Theater Company, Teen City Stage, CPCC, all the shebang.
Yes.
That's where I've done some stuff.
Yes. And if you've ever been in a show with you and Ron Law, you know that you are just henceforth known as Gastonia when you walk in the door. Every time. Yes. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. It has been a while since I have heard you sing and been in the show, obviously, because you're both now in college, which is super exciting. And I know that that is going to do wonderful, wonderful things for you. You were incredible when you were here, and I cannot wait to see kind of where you'll be both in college, out of college, and beyond. And I'm so excited that you're going to share a little bit more with us tonight on here. So Ava, I'm going to pop you out. We're going to chat with Carlyn for just a minute before you sing to get us kicked off. So Carlyn, it seems like years ago that you were little baby Jude and Gypsy, and to see how you've grown, and I'm so excited to hear these songs you're about to sing, is just incredible. What would you say, kind of having done theater growing up and then now in college, what kind of would you say made up your mind that this is what you wanted to do kind of for your career? What was it, that turning point? Was it like a show, a certain kind of moment that you just knew theater was just it for you?
Oh gosh, I've thought about it in the past if there was like a show I saw where I was like, I want to do this. But I feel like it was really since I was a very little kid. I like grew up doing shows in my basement. When I was 6 years old, I asked my parents for an agent for Christmas. I just have always wanted to like either be in movies or be on stage. But I think when I made the transition to go to Northwest, and started like taking musical theater classes at school, I was like, I can see myself doing this all the time. Yeah, I think this has always been my path, and I'm happy that I get to go to school and college for it. I've been looking forward to like going to college and studying musical theater my whole life, it feels like.
Yes, and I know that these past couple weeks, couple of months here was not how you intended to finish your freshman year, but what a way just to kind of roll with it, prove your resiliency, and just, you know, be better and stronger and ready for kind of that next chapter. So to start us off tonight with a little bit from The Lightning Thief, go ahead and take it away.
Okay, sounds good. Let me push my chair out of the way. Win at everything, one of plastic pellet. If you don't know, you'll never know. If you'll ever be good enough, my is that I will be remembered, my grandson. You will and see. We better rise up, we will rise up. Bring on any challenge. Something I've always been a tough girl. Always been the one not to run from the fight. I've always been a tough girl. Tough girl, never been if there's a one. So me, I tend to stand my ground. I found I never can. To stay on my quest, but maybe it's my plan. My grand plan is that I will be remembered. My grand plan. Just you wait and see. You better rise up, 'cause I'll rise up. Bring on any challenge. And someday soon the world will notice me. And your step will treat you like suffering. And your dad will give you the time of day. And your mom will trust you in a quest. So the best thing you can do is run away. I will be remembered. I will be great. The flame I see. We better rise up, 'cause I'll rise up. Bring on any challenge. And something to I swear. I don't know how or when, but I promise you I'll never be invisible again. Someone will notice.
Awesome work. Thank you so much. And what a great song for right now, especially with everything that's going on, kind of that plan that you have obviously for your life, for theater, and kind of where we're at right now, and kind of how those plans get turned upside down on themselves.
Yeah.
So definitely something that a great song and a great message for tonight. So thank you so much, Carlyn.
Yay!
We're gonna pop back in with you in just a second. We're gonna jump over to Ava right now. Ava, welcome back. Oh, I should take this. I should get better at my technology and taking my banners off. All right. Thank you so much for joining us again, Ava. I know, like Carlyn, you kind of are forced to finish college right now this semester from home, and I know that is crazy. However, I'm super, super glad that you were able to get your show in right before this happened. For those that don't know, tell us a little bit about what that show was and what role you played.
So at my school, Coastal Carolina, our spring musical was Legally Blonde, and I was so lucky to play Elle Woods, which has been my dream role forever. So that was an amazing experience for me, and we actually got our show in the week before spring break, and spring break is when we never came back. So we were very lucky with the timing of that show, and I'm so glad I got to do it.
Yeah, what a role, and I'm sure a dream role, and to be able to play that character and to finish out your junior year, at least on campus, what a way to do it. So I'm so glad that you got that opportunity.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, to sing a little bit from a show that I know you haven't done, but I'm sure a role that you would love to play someday, take it away with a little bit of Waitress for us.
Yes. Okay. Make it work, make it easy, make it clever, craft it into pieces, make it sweet, crimp the edges, or make it sour and serve with lemon wedges. Even doubt can be delicious, and it washes off of all the dirty dishes. When it's done, I can smile. It's on someone else's plate for a while. I'll place it on display, and then I'll slice it and serve my worries away. I can fix this, I can twist it into sugar, butter, covered pieces. Never mind what's underneath it, I have done it before. I'll bake me a door to help me get through. I learned that from you, Mama. It's amazing what baking can do. Make it up and surprise them. Tell them all my secrets, but disguise them so they dance on the tongues of the very people that they're secret from. Make it soon, make it better, though better never lasts forever. I'll make it small so it fits. Even this, even now, even as the walls come tumbling down, even as I can't stop remembering how every door we ever made, we never once walked out. Something I never got the chance to ask her about. So with flour on my hands, I'll show them all how goddamn happy I am. Sugar, butter, flour, don't let me down. Let's see the next amazing thing baking does now.
Well done, friend. Very, very nice. It is so great to hear your range. Oh my goodness. Like it was always there when I knew you in high school, but bravo. Well done. I'm gonna throw up some comments because we need some love here. We got this one's watching upstairs because he doesn't want to appear with me on any of these. But yes, talk about some belters this evening. That's right. Charlotte's got some talent. So when y'all go off and become famous sometime, just remember us here in Charlotte, please.
Never forget.
Awesome. We're gonna pop Carlyn in for a little bit because we're gonna chat a little bit more before we sing again. So don't go anywhere. There she is. She's back. All right. So before we kind of start singing again a little bit more, I want to talk a little bit more about our shows in Charlotte, different projects that we've worked on, favorite roles, etc. And I'm going to share two little quick memories that I have of doing shows with each of you first, and then we'll open that up for the rest. So Ava, I will never forget when we did Saturday Night Fever at Theater Charlotte, which was a special show, and how it was our final weekend, if I'm correct, and Danny got sick, and it was like the night of that closing weekend, and we called you in and Hannah Risser earlier, who's going to be on Sunday, and you guys didn't know why you were there, except that we told you, hey, we're going to tweak some blocking, and you picked up a whole new song that night. There was all sorts of stuff that changed, and just the way that you guys went with it and just adapted to the changes was.
I had the lyrics on the table.
Yeah.
I had a table and had the lyrics right there.
But what a mark of a true professional. You kept rolling with it, and you just made it work. And I will never forget that. It's a super great memory. And Carlyn, when we did Gypsy together, which seems like it was literally 300 years ago.
Yeah, forever.
It wasn't. I will never, never, never forget that whole like transition sequence every night when it shifted over from you to Emma Van de Velde.
Yes.
And that whole like magical sequence, which for me is one of those just like highlights of musical theater. And to get to watch that from the pit every single night and to have you do all that crazy stuff and the batons and the split and the kicks, it was awesome.
I learned my split for that show. I remember Jamie Barnador was like, "You have 2 weeks." And I said, "Good, I'll do it. I want to be in the show."
And you did it. And you did it. And that's just what we do. We rise to the occasion and we do it. So I know that you guys have, I'm sure, a whole host of stories from theater, from different shows you've been in. If you could kind of pick one highlight story for you, one show, one moment, one memory that you'll always remember from Charlotte, what would it be?
Oh God.
I will say one of my favorite show memories from Charlotte was probably my senior year doing Sideshow with Libby.
Yes.
Hatfield. That was just a special thing because it was before we were graduating, and that was kind of our last big show to do together, and that was a really special show.
And it was a great show.
That was fun.
But if you missed it, you missed a good one. But
that was so good. I think mine is going to have to be my senior show too. Was Freaky Friday at Northwest. I love the show Freaky Friday. Heidi Blickenstaff is like my Broadway idol. So getting to that show was insane, and it was a crazy, hard, huge, challenging role, and it was hilarious, and it was really, really, really fun to be a part of, and it was a really great way to end out my Northwest experience.
And the great thing about that show is that, it hasn't necessarily been on Broadway. It doesn't have kind of a huge, huge, huge following. And so really there is, obviously a cast recording of it. There is the movie, but to really have a show that people know kind of from the story in the movie, but then really to be able to make that your own without all these other kind of performances to follow, I think is a pretty cool experience because you really have the opportunity. It's new to make it your own and really just to create something special with it. So, and how great it is to have those opportunities kind of when you're in college, when you're in high school, to get to play these roles, that you may never get to play again, roles that you may wait, 10 years or more to get to play. So what a great opportunity that is. So Ava, we're going to join you in just a minute. Let me make sure I get the right little buttons here. And Carlyn, you are like in the sweet spot right now with your computer.
Okay.
So yes, I think if I hear anything wonkety, I will let you know. But so I know that you're going to sing from us from Funny Girl, and I'm curious, what made you choose this song from this show?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm in my freshman year of college, and I just started with a new voice teacher who is amazing, and we were working on songs that have a different sound than what I usually sing. And so Carson Palmer actually told me to sing this song. And I worked on it in my musical theater styles class this semester for our jazz unit, and adding in jazz stylisms. So I wanted to show something that I haven't done in Charlotte yet. And so this is my work in progress song.
And that makes perfect sense because I was going to say this is a very different type of song for Miss Carlyn. So.
Yeah, it is. And so
well, let's then to have a little bit more of your kind of musical theater year one showcase from Shenandoah. Here we go. Take it away.
Okay. The lady ain't been born, can't take the place of it's a cornet while going where there's flowing, traveling cornet. Anytime they call him, they'll leave his wife and kids sitting with their tongues out. To play for nothing, a dive and blow his lungs out. They'll have to shoot on a moment's notice to play some dates with Billy Bates or Acrimonious. The lady ain't seen light, can't give a horn up their fight with the cornetman. A real shoot never to that burden, who carries in his satchel a powder blue Norfolk suit, a silver-plated wild mule. There is whiskey, gambling, what is a curse, but I'm up against a devil that's worse. Yes, a horn is not gone, he's a traveling cornet man. A powder blue Norfolk suit, a silver-plated wild mule, 'cause he's shy on height, he's short on weight, but he's the only guy can make my coffee percolate. My dapper Dan, my cornet playing
Well done. Oh my goodness. Well, that is not the Carlyn head that I remember from high school. Wow. There you go. That's how you do it. You know that Ron, this is typical. Of course he would love this song. And yes, you did kill it. I know that he loves Funny Girl. And that was spectacular. Awesome. There you go. How does it feel to be kind of in a place like in college where you're being challenged to kind of take on songs like that you would never have considered before?
Yeah. It's a lot. It's because a lot of the time you're kind of questioning like type and what like you fit into, and that was something I'm still kind of struggling with, trying to figure all of that out. But I told my voice teacher at the beginning of the year that I was scared of riffing, and I wasn't quite sure how high I could belt, and I was like, let's just find something where I'm absolutely terrified to sing it and get to a place where I'm comfortable. So this was the song that I was like, I now it's something that is fun for me, and it's something I'm proud of that I've worked on this song. And that's what's really cool about getting to like workshop this in college with all my amazing teachers.
So how high was that belt? What note did you get up to there?
Oh, I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
It was at least like an E or an F somewhere in there. I could have followed along, but it was pretty close. But awesome work. Thanks, Carl. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to join Ava one more time to sing. But before we bring Ava on, I do want to bring this little banner here across the bottom as a reminder. All of our episodes can be found at qcconcerts.com. We have our full lineup there from past shows, as well as kind of our upcoming shows for the rest of this weekend. So be sure to check those out on there. It'll take you directly to the YouTube links for those episodes. Also, there's a whole page there on a donate column for a whole bunch of different theater companies that we focused on so far this kind of quarantine season. So I know these ladies tonight have mentioned several of these theaters that they've worked at. Theater Charlotte, Matthews Playhouse, Children's Theater. They're all on there. If you're enjoying these episodes, if you're in a place where you feel like you'd be able to support the arts community, I encourage you to visit their links, donate, find ways to help keep those arts alive. I know that Actors Theater of Charlotte has just launched a t-shirt campaign, and so you guys can purchase kind of their t-shirts with their logos and stuff on them. So really getting kind of creative with ways to do some outreach. And then you've probably also seen that next week, Theater Charlotte is going to be doing a TC virtual webathon. So be on the lookout for that next Saturday night. I will be appearing on that for a 30-minute segment as our QC quarantine concert next week on Saturday night. So be on the lookout for that, as well as a whole bunch of other great things coming up your way. So we're going to pop back over to Ava now. She's going to sing another song from a show that I love, that we were just talking about before she came on tonight, before we started the show, because it's another great piece of contemporary musical theater. A fantastic, fantastic score. I love this show, and of course it's a movie, so I know a lot of people probably know it, but I'm curious, Ava, kind of like I asked Carlyn, what made you choose kind of this particular song, especially from this show?
Well, this song, So when I saw the show, I was in love with the character and all her songs because it like fits in my vocal range, and she had blonde hair, and I was like, okay, I could play that. But I think this song in particular, because most people when they think of this role and think of the show, they choose the "With You" song. They always choose that song, and I was like, I want a song that is not as sung. But I actually did this when Teen City Stage used to go to competition in California back in my high school years. I sang this at competition. And I thought this would just be a good song for this because I think it's kind of inspirational and nothing stops another day. These days kind of are boring and we're just doing what we can to get through, but nothing's stopping.
That's right, for sure. Well, with that introduction, I don't think I need to say anything else. So take it away, Ava.
All right. I see the sunrise from my window. It must have risen every day, but I couldn't see at all. The shadows were too tall. I'm seeing it today. I could see the people speaking, but couldn't hear a word they'd say. Just the echo of it all, passing through an empty hall. I'm hearing it today. Because the world keeps turning, and I guess it always will. I can choose to turn around, or I can choose to just stand still. Either way, nothing stops another day. I lost my life and all its meaning, and so I shut myself away, hiding my heart behind a wall. I couldn't feel it beat at all, but I'm feeling it today. Because the world keeps turning, and I guess it always will. I can choose to turn around, or I can choose to just stand still. Either way, nothing stops another day. I know I have to let go of the life I'll never know. Hard as it may be, and try to understand instead. There's another life ahead, because the tallest mountain cannot stop the smallest stream. Winter can't hold back the spring, no matter how dark it may seem. Come what may, nothing stops another day. Come what may, nothing stops another day.
Well done. And what a great message, like you said right now. I mean, in this time, there's so much unknown. There's so much that, we obviously want to be doing. I know I saw Katie on there commenting that we wish we were rocking out in not Fun Home. Oh my goodness, Head Over Heels this summer. And so, but nothing does stop another day. And, all we can do is keep going and keep spreading our light and keep sharing that message. So I really, really, really appreciate you sharing that with us tonight, bringing that. I think it's something that we can really, really hold on to during this time. So I'm going to pop Carlyn back here one more time. She looked like she was like typing away over there. Probably for a message. Did you see my note, Carlyn?
Yeah, I did. I was typing back.
I'll let you finish your thought. I'll let you finish typing your thought then. So
okay.
real quick. So just a few more quick little last minute announcements then. So again, I'm so glad that you guys were on here tonight. I wish you both best of luck as you're finishing up this year in school. I know that this is not how any of us wanted to kind of finish out the year, but we are going to remain strong and we're going to get through it anyways. And that is all we can hope for. And certainly I'm so grateful that you guys still remember your Charlotte heritage. I know that you just recently left us in this community, and I know that we've been lucky to have you back in the summer for shows. Ava, I know Carlyn, we're grateful to have you on here tonight. And so I'm super, super excited that y'all joined us tonight with that. So real quick, and this is something that I asked our friends last night who were both Northwest alumni. And I know, Ava, you are not a Northwest alumni, but kind of this generation that's about to kind of graduate, that's considering pursuing theater, especially with having our STG friends on tomorrow night. Do you guys have kind of any little parting thoughts for them? Anything that you would recommend to them, whether it's, something applying for college, something that you've learned in high school as you've made that transition, any kind of final thought you would want to share with them?
I mean, this is like cliche and it's what everyone says, but be yourself. I think a lot of times we get trapped in the idea of like, what does this college want from me? What does this casting director want from me? Like, what do I need to be? And what I've picked up from a lot of them is that they just want you to be you. And if you fit what their needs are, then that's great. But sometimes you may not always be what something needs, and that's totally okay because you will be right for something.
Yes.
Whether that's a school or a project, whatever it is.
Going along with the, sorry, go ahead.
Your turn.
Going along with the cheese, part of my senior quote was trust the process. My senior year, that's what I kept repeating to myself. And when college auditions were hard and you get rejections and you hear yeses and you hear nos, there were lots of places where I was like, no, not trust the process. This is hard and this sucks. And I don't know what the process is telling me, but it's hard. But it does work out in the weirdest ways sometimes. And sometimes one door closes and another one opens and you don't really know what's going to happen. But as hard as whatever's going on at high school or Northwest or applying for colleges, I think that you really just have to trust that you put in the work and you're kind and you're humble, it's all going to work out. And you really got to trust the process, as much as it sucks to hear sometimes when you're in the thick of it.
Yes, I think that is great advice. I think that's great advice, not just for people doing theater, but just kind of anybody that's kind of in that transition and chapters in life, kind of looking forward to what that next step would be, wherever that step might take you, is just kind of keeping those simple things in the forefront of your mind definitely can make a big difference. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. It has been a pleasure. It is so wonderful to hear you sing again. And I wish that we were working on another show together soon, but I know that when the time is right, we will be back in the theater where we're meant to be and bringing that art back. And until then, I'm so grateful that you guys have brought it to our homes tonight, and just a little gem, a little light that we can take with us into the weekend. So from all of us here, thank you so much. Thank you, ladies. And until next time, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.